Hey there, classic rock lovers, and welcome to Classic Reviews, where we review classic rock albums. And today we have an exciting treat for you. So get ready for an epic CD review that will hopefully leave you craving to listen to this band or album. CD we will be reviewing today will be All Systems Go by 80s hair metal band Vinnie Vincent Invasion. So this is the second album by the band Vinnie Vincent Invasion. This album came out in May 1988, and it's the only Invasion album that features Mark Slaughter on lead vocals, as the previous Vinnie Vincent Invasion album had Robert Fleshman on lead vocals. And this does have a similar front cover to the previous album, but I do prefer the cover on All Systems Go, mainly due to the cosmic space background. Like with the previous VVI album, both Dana Strum and Vinnie Vincent are credited as producers, and I think this album also features Jeff Scott Soto as a background vocalist. So I'll talk more about the history of the band when I cover the band's first album. So I'm going to jump straight into the track by track, all of which are credited to just Vinnie Vincent himself. And some songs I'll be able to say more about than others. So the album starts off strong with the opening song called Ashes to Ashes, which is a sleazy groove rocker, shall we say, that's very Immigrant Song-esque, but there's also a hint of Still of the Night in there as well, I think. The backwards masking intro of the song is actually part of a song called Memories of You by Cooney, of which Jeff Scott Soto was their singer. Not to mention that the song Ashes to Ashes features an absolutely incredible guitar solo. So overall, it's a tight and solid song with that Led Zeppelin / Whitesnake-esque guitar riff and a great chorus. I think Ashes to Ashes was meant to be the opening single for this album, but a band called Kingdom Come released a song called Get It On first, which is a bit similar. So Vinnie Vincent Invasion released the song That Time of Year as the first single instead. The second song on this CD is called Dirty Rhythm. Now, there's not a lot I could think of to say about this song really. It's a proper 80s hair metal song. It's a catchy, sleazy, and faster rock song that also features a crazy guitar solo that proves that Vinnie Vincent is easily up there with the best 80s rock guitarists. The third song on this CD is called Love Kills. This is probably the band's most well-known song due to the fact it was featured on the soundtrack for A Night on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master. I will admit I'll always prefer Dream Warriors by Dokken, but Love Kills is quite the highly rated song nonetheless. The original song is over 5.5 minutes long, with this song being on the remastered CD. The song on this CD has been cut by a whole minute. Both the guitar solo and some verses have had music and lyrics cut, and I think later releases of the Dream Master film have the song Love Kills turned down quite a bit compared to other songs. Of course, with the song Love Kills, the first thing you'll think of is that it's a lot more mellow compared to most other Vinnie Vincent Invasion songs. And a lot of people say that this song should have been a hit. This hair metal ballad, I think, is about the narrator's lover who has died, and the sorrow of having to deal with that really. And the acoustic type intro on this song is similar to the intro on the Ozzy Osbourne song Diary of a Madman. Tracks number 4 and 5 are called Naughty Naughty and Burn. Both these songs are sleazy and ballsy rockers with similar lyrical content and are a similar format. I will say out of these two songs that I do think that Naughty Naughty is the better song than Burn. But the song Burn does feature the crazier guitar work, and the intro on Burn is like the intro on Motley Crue's Kickstart to My Heart. The sixth song on this CD is called Let Freedom Rock. There is a bit of a long intro which features like an orchestra of electrical guitars playing the Star Spangled Banner before the song properly starts. Despite the different kind of lyrics, Let Freedom Rock is a similar format to both the songs Heavy Petting and Burn. Now, there is a bit of controversy with the song Let Freedom Rock, as it's been said that VVI's bassist Dana Strum heard a song called On the Run by this band called Sin, which featured bass player Rick Fox, who was in Wasp and Steeler, and basically stole that song, made a few changes, and that became the song Let Freedom Rock. Track number 7 is called That Time of Year. This, for me, and many other people, consider this song the best song on this album, and one of the best Vinnie Vincent Invasion songs overall. Like the song Love Kills, this is a more melodic and mellow song, and there is an almighty scream performed by Mark Slaughter at the end of the song. A really important thing I need to say about the song That Time of Year is that it has to be one of the great 80s rock songs, and it's a real shame that this song and the band overall do fall under the radar when it comes to talking about 80s rock and metal. Track number 8 is the rather cheesily titled Heavy Petting. Ultimately, this is a similar song to the songs Naughty Naughty and Burn, but the song also has a similarity with the opening song Ashes to Ashes, in that you do hear a Led Zeppelin influence in the song. Where Ashes to Ashes has an immigrant song influence to it, Heavy Petting has a very similar riff to the Led Zeppelin song Misty Mountain Hop. Track number 9 is called Ecstasy. I will admit that, like the previous song I just spoke about, and the second song on the CD, Dirty Rhythm, can't think of too much to say about this song really. All I can think of to say is that it's a more radio-friendly sounding song that I imagine would have been properly released as a single had the band not split up and carried on a bit longer. The last two proper songs on this CD are called Deeper and Deeper and Breakout. Deeper and Deeper is a good enough rock song in the same league as Naughty Naughty, Heavy Petting and Dirty Rhythm, but out of all of them songs, and the song Burn, Deeper and Deeper is the most poppy sounding, I'd say. In terms of the main proper songs on this CD, the song Breakout is a strong finish to what is a strong album. Like with the song Ashes to Ashes, the song doesn't kick in straight away, as you have a distant sounding guitar shredding piece going on before the song properly starts. And also like the songs Ashes to Ashes and That Time of Year, Breakout is one of the strongest songs on this album, and is also one of the more faster and intense songs on this album. If you have the CD, like I do, you get two bonus instrumental tracks. The first is a not that special drum solo piece, which also features some electronics called The Meltdown. The second instrumental is an acoustic guitar jam called You Know I'm Pretty Shot. This is more suited to people who actually play or study guitar, as it really does show what a great and diverse guitar player Vinnie Vincent is. This classical sounding acoustic guitar piece just goes to show that Vinnie Vincent really was just as good as the best 80s guitarists like Yngwie Malmsteen and Randy Rhoads, etc. And I think a lot of actual guitar players and enthusiasts would be more impressed with this technical acoustic piece compared to some of his more well-known over-the-top guitar solos. I will mention that Mark Slaughter said in an interview that when they were backstage on the tour where they opened for Iron Maiden, Mark Slaughter himself and the Iron Maiden guys were very impressed when Vinnie Vincent started playing and nailing all this Jeff Beck stuff. So that's the track by track done, and I must say that this is a very solid album that's easily up there with the best 80s glam hair metal albums. Vinnie is credited as the sole songwriter on the album, but I wouldn't be surprised if, like Mark Slaughter and Dana Strum, had some involvement in the songwriting process. The band did break up after this album, and both Mark Slaughter and Dana Strum went on to form the band Slaughter, which were one of the last successful 80s hair glam bands. Drummer Bobby Rock went on to play drums in other successful bands, and Dana Strum also plays bass in Vince Neil's solo band as well as Slaughter. The best things about the All Systems Go album is that compared to the first album, the guitar solos are a lot more restrained and melodic. And the other best thing about this album is that it introduces us and the world to Mark Slaughter, who proves on this album that he's an amazing singer. And Vinnie really pushes him to his limits with the high singing, etc. As I don't think he sings as intense and as high with Slaughter compared to what you hear on this album. So before I go, I'll just say that I strongly recommend you own this album, especially if you're a guitar enthusiast for Vinnie Vincent's guitar playing, and it's one of Mark Slaughter's earliest and best lead vocal work. And the main reason I recommend this album is because it's easily up there with the best 80s hair glam metal albums, despite the fact it falls under the radar a bit. So that's a wrap, folks. We've reached the end of our captivating CD review journey. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on my upcoming reviews, etc. Trust me, you don't want to miss them. This is Classic Reviews. Check out 2 videos at the end, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.